Friday evening, the attack on map 11 had begun, and until Sunday evening, PREUSSEN had put up an impressive fight. It was not an easy opponent this time. J was much stronger than Big. Nevertheless, the progress on the part of PREUSSEN was quite noticeable. But since Tuesday, things were no longer going smoothly. The leader of PREUSSEN, Enrico, was busy with his job and could not be active on these days. All the others defended the bases they already had taken without being able to take any more bases. This made it very clear how much of the success of the PREUSSEN alliance really depended on a single player, who himself showed 100% commitment, made the right decisions and always led by example. Without this most important player, no more success would come. The defensive battle scene in front of KRT 001's base was a typical example of this phase. Due to the lack of success, the displeasure of some PREUSSEN players increased. When some small players complained more and more, Enrico 8 gave in to their wishes and allowed them to start a new map. This meant that a lot of home bases disappeared from map 11, which had previously secured the important supply route from the highway to the PREUSSEN bases. In addition, these small players were the pillars of the defense during the day, because the larger players then were on the job and not in the game. This defensive collapse led to first base losses, which then increased the displeasure of the remaining PREUSSEN players. On Friday evening, 1 week after the beginning of the attack, Enrico 8 was back online. Enrico 8 has maps where he owns so many bases that he can build SP6 there for free. This is exactly what he has been doing throughout his absence. Now, when a seemingly unstoppable large army attacked one of his bases, Enrico 8 placed his SP6 in front of the attack base as a defense. This was uncharted strategic territory, and at first was only laughed at. SP6 are base killers. How could they help a base? You don't defend with breeders or cards. But SP6 are really good at plugging in. But more importantly, they have limited ammunition. Once that ammo is empty, the SP6 don't fire anymore. That means they are no longer a target of distant T-34C or Katyushas. Units attempting to attack these SP6 will then receive the fire of the base. At the same time, the SP6 create a distance between the attacked base and the attacking troops, so that the base no longer took damage. This ingenious defense trick caused the attackers to lose wave after wave and not make a move. It was a brilliant move. Then Preussen itself went on the attack. Again, the SP6 came into action, this time with ammunition as base killers. They were as good at dishing it out as they were at putting it in. GA fought back dodgily but could not counter the sudden attack. It was an attack almost single-handedly by SP6, as most of the other Preussen players still had defensive troops and, after this frustrating week of defense, did not really believe that Preussen would be able to capture bases again. The frustration was too deep. When the GA base fell in record time, you could literally feel how it motivated the team once again. After Pecco had been able to take the airport, the SP6 wave simply rolled on and directly took the neighboring heli base as well. Thus Olitsta, responsible for the Preussen heli carpets, finally had a heli base on map 11 again. 2 bases in quick succession stunned the own team as well as the opponents. But now a point was reached where the enemy bases were very close together. The opponent's defensive groups were able to cleverly place themselves between the bases and there was no more progress. Nevertheless, Enrico 8 wanted to continue exactly at this point. But given the difficult situation, numerous players did not follow him and instead attacked on the right side of the map. This division into two attack groups weakened both groups, and as a result, neither side was successful. In addition, Enrico 8 had completely used up his weekly production of SP6 in the attacks on the two previous bases. So this new secret weapon was no longer available. The attack of Preussen came to a standstill that evening. What followed were endless discussions that ultimately ended in a quarrel. Enrico 8 was rightly disappointed that too many players did not follow his command. Many players felt that Enrico 8 had simply given the wrong command by insisting on attacking on the left. From this point on, it still took a whole month for the Preussen alliance to finally disintegrate. But when that evening Preussen gave up the battle on map 11, due to internal disputes, it was already the beginning of the end of this great alliance. Nobody could have defeated Preussen. The alliance broke on itself.